the infrastructure, the force main, the collection pipe.
180 per month.
But you would have to look at total cost. There's the cost to build a central pump station, and then there's the cost associated with all the piping associated with that. There's a cost to put individual grinder pumps, and then the small diameter low pressure force main. There's a total cost.
What is the noise level emitted by the grinder pump?
Yeah, it's you really can't even hear it. You stand right over top of it and have a normal conversation, and you really can't even hear it run. You can feel a little vibration sometimes when you're standing on top of it. That's how you know it's running, but you really can't hear it. Same. Yeah. Occasionally, the bearing, you might get a bearing problem, and that's when they get a little bit loud, just because you're turning about 1,700 RPMs, and you got a bearing and stuff to go well, they can get a little bit loud.
What is the norm for when you do an installation? Do you normally sign up a group so that together they are you're servicing the whole?
That would be the preferred, and there's the economy of scale there. We can often give a better group, service contract versus individual.
So most of your developments have HOAs, and that's pretty common these days.
Yeah.
So do you have to set that up after the HOA is formed? That's not something that people move into.
Yeah.
It's already in place.
Right. Yeah. Well, first of all, the pumps come with a 2-year warranty on them. So no matter what happens to it in that first 2 years, we own it anyway. So that usually gives them ample time for the HOA to develop and organize. And then at that point, there's a lot of times when we go meet them and say, hey, are you guys interested in a group service contract or individual ones? Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, sometimes it's a little bit of everything.
What about in the commercial area? If I'm such a historic district that wants to do your system service, something like that?
Yeah, we use them on commercial applications often. I know WCC is actually considering revising some of their standards. I heard about some of their commercial applications. That's But they are available. We do use them in commercial applications. In a similar way, we might have a retail area that's got a restaurant, some retail stores, maybe a health club associated with it, and they would all have individual grinder pumps associated with each building, just like at home and a common force main.
We call that a dedicated grinder system.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We have a dedicated in our policy. We call it a designated or dedicated grinder system.
Our experience and a prohibition against commercial use of grinder pumps is because of experiences we've had with changing uses in the buildings and changing water uses over what the original design was, and then you get a unit that wasn't using much water, now it's using a lot of water and running more frequently, and the other ones can't get in. But, with the residential, you're pretty safe. And the range of water use is going to be within some pretty narrow and predictable boundaries. When you get into some commercial, it's a little bit more difficult.
And so you haven't designed it properly because you didn't know exactly how much water was going to be used.
Well, even in the end, in the other case we had too, was you have a changing in use.
Well, that's what I mean. The new use does not fit the old design.
Yeah, more or less.
And you're not able to really adjust that.
Yeah. And then they may get a plumber in there and put a bigger pump in and overpower the others. So
Typically, you try to have the same type of homogeneous pump. Try to use the same manufacturer, same thing in the system, because you don't want one pump to overtake the other pumps and cause problems for another pump in the system. At a weak point or a low point.
Is it typical for you to come to service someone and they tell you, I had no idea that I had a
pump?
Does that ever happen? Does
No idea.
a lot of times.
So that talk about noise or whatever, they didn't know it was there. say a lot, you know, but sometimes a year,
Okay.
you know, you always go, wow, I got this light buzzer going off, I don't know what it does, but it's got your sticker on it, so.
I read about one application of grinder pumps, and it's a development with over 2,000 homes. So it seems to be a combination of using grinder pumps in the neighborhoods, but also having some pumping stations, you know, big pumping stations in other parts. Do you have kind of a hybrid system like that, where you could use the grinder pumps so to avoid wetlands and buffers and things, steep slopes that are supposed to be protected?
There are several hybrid systems just like that. In fact, I mean, the grinder pump itself is a collection system in the public domain. So it ultimately is going to a wastewater treatment plant somewhere. Sometimes even, you know, you get a grinder pump for a community and it pumps into this gravity manhole that's up on the street. Well, eventually that flows down to a main pump station, you know, so that in itself is a hybrid.
I mean, all of ours, that's basically the way they all have to work. They all have to be, none of our grinder pump systems pump even directly to a plant. They all basically discharge to gravity sewers someplace, which may then go directly to a plant or through a centralized pumping station or through multiple centralized pumping stations. So, you know, our application of them has been pretty much as a fairly limited niche supplement for, you know, situations in the system.
Yeah. You know, where they're popular even today is where you build a lot of infrastructure in terms of water and sewer in a certain area. And, you know, everybody, as land development goes, you always develop the most attractive and the easiest land to develop, right? And the least cost that it takes to do that, you do it. So you don't worry about, you know, 20 years down the road when they want to develop that little eyesore over there. Well, eventually that becomes a very valuable little piece of land. And there's no way for it to connect. So you're forced to pump it. So there's a lot of that. So and that's kind of like a hybrid where you get, you know, a little pump station, maybe 5 or 6 homes or something that then ultimately tie everywhere around is all gravity. But this little piece of land right here was, you know, down low, and they filled it in later. And once you got $1 million houses on
And wouldn't that be even, that would make it both easier to develop, but also more cost effective? I mean, if you then had to try to fit in gravity sewers to reach that, you'd be
Right.
just digging up everything.
it. Yeah, exactly. And that's why, I mean, it's just not feasible. You know, you got an elevation difference that you can't match. You have to pump it. You can't go and redo and tear up all the downstream gravity sewer.
Is there some sort of formula that you might have? I mean, you're talking about software, and you talked about the head being the vertical lift plus the loss of friction. Is there some kind of just formula that sort of could generally be applied? I mean, if you know what the change in elevation might be and the
There is.
distance it might have to travel?
Yeah, there is. And that's really what the software is based on, just formulas. It's just a tool that uses all of those mathematical formulas to calculate that for you.
We used to do it all by hand.
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.